before we cook. Right, bye-bye? Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. So a lot of you guys said you missed just like chill videos with Jer in it.
What good taste your viewers have.
Oh yeah. Anywhoosie, I thought we would film our night routine with our little 1-year-old. I'm gonna say 11 months.
Well, she's a year.
Make dinner. We're gonna try a recipe we've never tried before.
One pan only, which is sick for cleanup. You know
So
that.
which tripod we got today.
It's the only tripod. Okay, one pan, which means only one pan to clean up.
Our sheet pan's here, so you guys are with it. Those of you that like easy cleanup and don't want a million pots of pans, you're gonna like this recipe. Yeah? Riley's playing with her new birthday toys. Yeah? Normally we cook with like a million dishes.
Like a huge mess. Takes 12 hours to clean.
I wouldn't know about the cleaning.
Pretty excited for this. Healthy, easy cleanup.
And reflecting on 1 year of parenting. We're new parents, if you're new to my channel. Our daughter is turning 1 tomorrow, but we already had her first birthday party on Friday. Today's Saturday. You guys are seeing this video on Sunday. She turns 1 on Monday. I hope any of that made sense.
So there you go.
But she's basically
Set
1.
your clocks back, flip them forward.
Reverse it.
Is it worth it?
We have to know how to make a marinade because you threw out the marinade.
I'm thinking olive oil,
Olive oil?
some kind of vinegar.
Oh, we don't have that. What we do have is liquid amino, which is like a soy sauce. And we have coconut aminos. That's really good in chicken.
Oh, I have to flip it and reverse it. Italian dressing.
No,
Or I got this badass Jamaican hot sauce, remember?
Violet can't have that.
Oh.
But liquid aminos, I think she can.
But you don't want Italian dressing?
No.
You can't just do like pepper and olive oil and... Wait, what about olive oil and lemon?
Yeah, and garlic.
Garlic?
Yes! And salt and pepper.
Yeah.
Perfect, there's our marinade. Okay, so we're actually just kidding. You also need a cutting board and you need a bowl to add in the marinade. So,
And maybe a whisk and a lemon squeezer.
but that's it.
We should show this sink, like how many dishes it makes.
Okay,
Like at the end, put all the dishes in there.
okay,
And we can say like how many dishes it takes to make
this.
this recipe.
Because normally we make like 300.
Yeah, 50 to 300, somewhere in there. We're kind of winging it here, but what we are gonna do is make sure we don't use too many dishes.
Right.
And it should taste pretty good at the end.
Then we'll use the same cutting board for
Same
the
cutting
veggies.
board, yeah,
On the same knife.
yeah. All right, so let's get the garlic in there.
Okay.
All right, beautiful.
I think she's playing with toilet paper.
Paper towels.
Oh, okay.
But I'm open to anything. We're kind of winging it. ACV.
Apple cider vinegar with the mother. Put that in there. It needs, when you make a marinade, it needs some kind of vinegar.
Little zest.
Yeah.
Zip a little bit of that in there.
Salt. Celtic sea salt.
Starting to smell good.
And the Italian seasoning.
Do pepper. I'm just gonna get a little more olive oil.
Yeah, I feel like this isn't enough juices.
Get a nice dull knife to open your chicken. The duller the better.
A nice dull knife. Well, the garbage is right here, so it makes it convenient.
That's good. Now with chicken, if you don't know this trick, one wet hand. That means don't put your left hand and your right hand on the raw chicken, because if you need to touch something or open something, and you got all the chicken dirties on your hand, then you're just spreading salmonella all over your kitchen. Open her up. Great. There we are.
Jared can just chop off his hand.
Yeah, just burn your wet hand now. Torch it. Rub it up, down, rub it up, down to the other.
That's a year of parenting.
Tell me all the Wiggles songs.
While we work on the veggies that are going in the oven, this we're just gonna put in the fridge for as long as the veggies cook. So the recipe on Pinterest said you could really do whatever veggies and potatoes you wanna do. We did broccoli, onions, carrots, baby potatoes, just salt and pepper, and you wanna put them in the oven at 400 for 20 minutes. Then you take it out and cook for an additional 30 minutes with the chicken. One pan dinner. We're ready, guys. It's a little bit of everything. Jared will finish up with Violet and dinner and all of that, and I just start to run the bath and pick out her PJs. Another mom hack, I get a diaper ready for when she gets out of the bath, and PJs, and I just kind of like set those there. It's all the hacks. Like literally being a parent is coming up with all different hacks, and when she gets out of the bath, just like having everything ready.
Let's fly into a fun adventure. Wow, wild crats.
Show them the magazine that she picked out in Whole Foods. She went crazy for it.
Yeah. Ready to dive into a new adventure, bro? I'm
Bro.
suited up and ready to go. Let's make a splash. We will communicate to the other members of this group by barking or whinnying. Yeah. It's always smart to stick with your friends.
Yeah, bye-bye. You gotta stick with your friends.
Alright, what do we got next? Wow, the snowshoe hare. This is a fun one. Just like you. Wanna read your magazine?
Oh my god, is she gonna walk?
She almost did.
So far, these are our dishes.
Yeah, we're packed up. We gotta wipe down the counters, but minimal. I mean, we got 2 plates, a couple of knives, forks, 1 mixing bowl.
So we wanted to put together 5 tips that we learned after a year of being new parents to Violet, and just kind of reflecting from when we brought her home from the hospital, and just so much has changed and we've learned so much, and I hope that we can give you guys some solid tips and tricks of being first-time parents. You're really thinking this through. Jared's been making his list for like 5 minutes now. I came up with mine's pretty quick.
Mine too. Yeah, I just like to put notes on it. I could probably break my first tip into 5 tips. So maybe
No.
you go and then I'll just go through.
No, I want you to go first. Well, you're doing one, then I do one. Then you do one, then I do one. Violet turns 1 tomorrow. Don't add any. Oh, is that your 5th one?
It's 4.
Oh, okay. So Jared's still writing his. So
Yeah.
I thought it would be fun to write down our 5 tips and see if we have anything similar, and you could just get advice and perspective from husband, from wife, on what we've learned as new parents. And both of us were people that we didn't have friends with kids yet. A lot of our friends are starting to have kids now, so like we weren't that couple that was constantly around babies and constantly getting advice from people. Like we really came at it like blind. Go number 1 first, and then I'll go number 1.
Okay, so number 1 for me is to stash stuff in the car.
Okay.
And by that I mean stash extra diapers, extra wipes, snacks, and a change of clothes in your car.
That's really good.
Because there's gonna be times where you're going out and you're in a hurry, you forget your diaper bag, or you didn't restock your diaper bag. So just always have like a few extra tucked away in a little corner. Baby takes a dump, you realize you don't have the diaper bag in there, and it's not great.
My number 1 is actually off of yours, which is funny. It like goes together that we both made that number 1, but mine is to create a checklist in notes in your phone that you could just run through really quick, and you're gonna change it in different stages. Like for a newborn, the checklist that I used to just like run through really quick, just so that you just don't forget anything. You have like your diaper bag, and I think when she was a newborn, we always wanted to have like a million change of clothes, because those newborn poops just like go through.
They get blowouts.
Whereas now at 1, we really don't change her throughout the day. It's like once she wakes up in the morning and changes out of her PJs, she just goes in her day outfit. The only time it would change is if like eating.
Yeah, usually eating and making a mess or something.
Yeah, now the checklist is like her water bottle. We forget that all the time.
Number 2 is for like putting them to bed in particular. So like keeping a night routine, super, super important. And we've deviated from this before and paid for it dearly.
You do.
So when you get them into a good rhythm, getting them to bed, like, okay, I'm gonna give them, you know, we're gonna feed them, then we're gonna clean up, then we're gonna give them a bath, then we're gonna play a little bit, then we're gonna go to sleep. And like that takes like a good chunk of time.
Yeah.
And like
you gotta start at 4.
You gotta start kind of early, and you gotta like really commit to it. And if you do that like 3 days in a row, and then you go rogue and go out to eat really late the next day, like it can just like put you back and mess everything. It confuses them, and they just don't go to bed as easy.
No matter what.
Keep to your schedule.
We even changed our flights before because of this.
Yeah.
No peeking. What are you doing?
Reading through your whole list.
So my number 2 is to ask for help, and that it takes a village. You can rely on family or friends, and a lot of friends want to help but just don't know how.
Or feel awkward offerings. They don't want to overstep maybe.
We do have a part-time nanny, and it's like life-changing.
My number 3 is babies love other babies. So like with that, like, so for Violet, she doesn't go to daycare, and some kids go to daycare and they can kind of like interact with other kids there.
Yeah.
But if your kid stays home, they really, like, when Violet sees other kids, she gets so excited.
She goes, wow.
And we've started planning and getting her more into more activities to like let her socialize more. And I think that's something that I almost wish we would have started a little bit earlier. There was a pandemic and all, so that made things difficult too. Love seeing the kids and playing with kids.
Number 3 for me is don't stress about the next thing. Everything works out, you figure it out as you go. So I was like, sometimes I can get stressed about, and he knows this, like the different products. Like she was in her newborn car seat, and then I was like, okay, well when she eventually grows out of this, what car seat? Like everything gets figured out. When she was 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, I started thinking about, oh no, when she's 6 months, like, how do I feed her? Do I do baby led weaning? Do I do baby food? Like, I just started like stressing about things, like the next stage before I even got there. And you really do just like gracefully move into each stage.
Right. Yeah.
Like you figure it out. Like we didn't know what she was gonna eat. Remember, we were both like really stressed about that.
Yeah, get a stroller with storage.
Oh.
So the stroller we got ended up being so helpful, and any of the like, there's a lot of really little ones, and we've just found kind of a somewhat larger stroller to be so helpful because when she was really, really little, before she could sit in the shopping cart, like if you were going grocery shopping, you could put all your groceries underneath your stroller. At the airport, it's really convenient because you can put your carry-on bags under the stroller. Yeah.
And you know what? That brings me, this one actually goes with that. My 4th one is don't take advice from everyone, just do your thing. Everyone told us not to get this stroller.
Everyone.
Everyone.
Yeah. That's not going to fit into this well.
Yeah.
That's going to be hard to navigate.
I'm little, it's going to be hard to pick up.
It'll be too heavy, it'll be too this.
And the other thing with like, don't take advice from everybody. Everybody's like, get started on the nursery, get started on this, do this. It's like, they're not in the first 4 months, they're in your room. Like they're not even in their nursery.
In a lot of cases, yeah. And then my last one is just multitasking. And kind of like with when we're putting them to sleep, I just started doing this. Ebooks or podcasts or whatever it might be, or reading a book, like try to find ways to like get your you time in. Small window, it seems like.
Yeah.
To like spend with your spouse or whoever. So like if there's a sliver of time for like doing your own thing, it seems like doing that kind of when you're putting baby to sleep is a really, really good time for it.
Yeah, so she just like lays there with her bottle, and she just likes us to be in there.
Yep.
And it works better when Jared puts her to sleep because she kind of like will pull my leg.
Yeah.
Like she's just kind of, she really won't go to sleep if I'm in there with her.
Yeah.
But if Jared's in there with her, he'll put in his AirPods, he'll listen to a book, and he just really has to sit in the rocking chair while she's falling asleep.
Yeah.
And it's, because we decided cry it out just doesn't work for us. Like, it pulls at our heart. That's the other thing, I could have made that my 5th tip. Like, that kind of goes with do your own thing. Like, don't listen to everybody.
It works really well for some people, but not for others,
yeah. My 5th one is let your kids be kids, make a mess, etc. So when we got our like nice furniture, like this is from Restoration Hardware, this is from Restoration Hardware, we have a nice rug, like everyone that came over was like, oh my God, you're not gonna let, now that you got this nice stuff, she's not gonna be able to eat over here. She eats over here. Like she was just, we put goldfish up here. It's like the perfect height for her.
It is, yeah, this table's good for her.
Yeah, like she hangs on and like she has her cup here, and I just let her be a kid. Like we have a white rug. She already spilled something on it once. We cleaned it. It's fine. I just let her be a kid.
I think that helps a lot too. I don't know, you can see it as a parent. You can like start getting stressed out.
You have to mentally get there as a parent that when they go to bed, that's when you're gonna clean
That's
up.
when you can kind of reset for the next day.
Yeah.
50 first dates.
It really is. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed our tips and little clips of Violet and everything. Have an awesome day, and